Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I just wanted to go ahead and give this review over Brat Loves Judy. I know I'm like a whole week late. I honestly forgot about this show. I watched it when the second episode came on last week. I watched it, and then I had every intention of coming back and watching it again and taking notes, but it just slipped my mind. And then I just watched it just a few minutes ago. So here we are, y'all. I know the new episode, I think the third episode comes on tonight, so I'm gonna try to watch that. Hopefully have it up tomorrow. I'm probably not gonna have it up tonight, but I'll probably have it up tomorrow. Okay, so basically the episode starts off, I don't feel too well, so we're gonna just try to get through this, okay? So Brat comes back about 30 minutes later. I don't know what Brat went. As far as I'm concerned, Brat probably rolled up to the end of the sidewalk, dramatic, and came back home. Judy, she kicks the cameras out, but of course the cameras are lurking behind the bushes, looking through, I think, the car windows, trying to capture as much as they can for the show. Nothing's really going on. A whole bunch of lovey-dovey, touching on each other, arching the back, feeling on each other booty. That's pretty much it, child. She tells Brat that Deja is coming. Let me just say this, and then I'm gonna be done with this whole kicking kids out and moving kids in. Well, for this episode, I understand that there are more people out there that are probably poor than are rich. Hello? There are probably more people out there who live in a $275,000 home versus those who live in a $2 million home. What I'm saying is this. When it comes to Judy and her daughter, are these people who have a little bit of money and their kids need to come back home, I'm glad that Judy is letting her daughter come back home so she can figure out whatever she needs to figure out. I don't think it's a problem, because when I look at what Judy has going on, baby, y'all live in a $1.75 million home, and it's probably worth more than that now that you're doing renovations to it. You will be okay to let your daughter come back home and live rent-free and not put towards any bills. Quiet as it's kept, even if your daughter was to put towards some bills, what could she pay in a $1.75 million house? She can't afford the light bill. She probably can't afford the cable bill, right? So just let the girl come home, let her figure out what she needs to figure out. When I look at people like this, they are the exception to the rule. I get that for some people, if your children call you, you probably living paycheck to paycheck. So unfortunately, there may not be a lot that you can do to help your child. You may live in a one-bedroom apartment. So unfortunately, if your child lives with you, it'll be a chaos and confusion and a mess, because now you got you, your man, and your daughter and a daughter's child living in a one-bedroom apartment. I get that in a lot of situations it's not the same as the Judys of the world, right? I understand that, but in this situation, I'm glad that Judy has come around and said, yes, Deja is moving in, the baby is moving in. But prior to this episode, I just didn't understand what the problem is. Girl, you run a multi-million-dollar business. Girl, it's just you and your girlfriend and a whole bunch of dogs in this big house. I get that y'all are doing construction on the home, but girl, other than that, there should really not be any reason why your daughter can't come and stay with you. That's all I'm saying. I think that for a lot of people, we have this, I know some of y'all hate when I say this, but I think for a lot of black people, we have this mindset of when children turn 18, you kick them out and you're on your own. And if you call to come back home, what bills you gonna pay? Because ain't no grown person staying in my house, and it's like, girl. Anyways, but Brat is basically cool with Deja and the baby coming. I mean, at the end of the day, girl, what can you do? Niara, is that her name? Niara, she's the director of operations. She's visiting from Louisiana. Judy has moved her business or her warehouse from New Orleans to Atlanta. So her director of operations, I can't pronounce it, Niara, I believe, she is visiting to decide whether or not she wants to also move to Atlanta. She has 2 small children, and she says she's going through a separation, so that's part of the reason why she really doesn't know if she wants to make the move or not, which I completely understand. Judy has been carrying these rings around in her purse everywhere she goes. Okay, girl. Brat is now excited because things are, not so bad with COVID. She can get out and perform again. Girl, no tea, no shade. Who? First, I didn't even know the Brat was touring. That's the first thing. The second thing, I didn't know if she did say she was going on tour, that the girls would run out and go see her. But Brat say, girl, she can finally get back to the money, because that was a bag that she had to drop because, nobody could travel at the time. Or nobody could, perform and, all that stuff during when COVID first hit, because it's still here, girl. Anyway, so we have a new couple, Montana and Rhonda. I'm not trying to say black men can't cry. I'm not trying to say black men should not show emotion, especially heterosexual black men. So I didn't really know how to take Montana and what he was doing. I didn't know if he was performing for the cameras. I didn't know if he was trying to manipulate the situation. I don't know why him and Rhonda are not together. I just assumed, and maybe my assumption is completely wrong, I assumed he probably was cheating and she got fed up with it. They have a business together. They've been together, I think, for 9 years, I believe. I don't know how long they've been married, but they've been together for almost a decade. Excuse me. Sorry, y'all. Brad. The people say you still owe that bitch about $8 or $9 million. I don't know how true that is. That's what the people told me in the comment section. They also said Judy, I don't know how true this is, allegedly Judy is a scammer. Look, I don't make the news, I just report it. That's what the people said. Allegedly, Judy is a scammer. Allegedly, Brat still owe that woman, whoever, $8 or $9 million, and that's the only reason why she got with Judy. So Judy can help her pay them bills. Don't shoot the messenger. Don't get mad at me. Don't say nothing to me. That's what the cousin said in the comment section. If you're going to curse anybody out, go cuss some hoes out. Because all I did was just come on here and say what the people said. Allegedly, they said that's what's going on. I don't know. Rhonda, basically, from what Brad said, it sounds like to me, what Rhonda also said, that she does say disrespectful things to Montana, but what Brat said, they basically go below the belt with each other. So they both basically, when they go there, and things can turn violent. I don't know about physical, but as far as verbally, they go below the belt. So yeah, just another couple going through it, right? That's what you do in relationships. You go through it. I will say, unless they did not play it, I did not hear Rhonda apologize to Montana. So he said he was waiting on an apology. They say she did apologize. I'm with Montana. I didn't hear Rhonda apologize. I heard her acknowledge and explain the situation, but I didn't hear her apologize. Again, I don't really know how to take Montana because he seems like a decent man. I don't know nothing about that man. That man been on the TV screen for 5 minutes. I'm just trying to be nice and not be negative when it comes to that man. But it is what it is. We'll find out more throughout the season. So Okay, I'm pretty much almost at the end. Okay, so basically, Brat, I put Brat has a positive attitude about Deja. It's not that big of a deal for her that Deja is moving in. Judy her phone rings. This is the thing that I don't understand. If Judy is running these multi-million-dollar businesses, and it doesn't look like she has this big staff, or even if she did, I would expect for her phone to ring throughout the day, and probably a lot, right? I think that Judy probably has a lot more going on and a lot more on her plate than Brat has on hers. And I think that's what happens a lot in these relationships from what I can see. It's kind of like Married to Medicine when Dr. Jackie, who is always working, and Curtis, who's retired. So Curtis ain't got nothing to do, but Jackie got to go to work. So it looks like Jackie is neglecting her relationship or neglecting her marriage. But if you was just as busy as Dr. Jackie, would you really be saying that? Would it really be a problem with the problem that you're saying that is a problem, which is her neglecting the marriage or the relationship or you? So it's like, Brad, while you probably were not doing a lot during when COVID first hit, believe it or not, people were still shopping. I know for a fact because I work in retail, and maybe as much as people are walking around here talking about people were broke, but the busiest that my store has ever been was when COVID first hit. The best in history of the entire, ever since the store opened in when they said the first store opened, 1910, I don't know. So the simple, like, people were still shopping. So if Judy, I could see Judy being busy all the time during that time of, you see what I'm saying? Because people were doing a lot of shopping online. I don't know. I just think that Brad is a little bit unfair when it comes to Judy and her business. And then on top of that, Judy is also trying to plan this secret engagement party. So you already have your phone ringing, and they trying to plan this engagement party, probably trying to get it done for the show, right? So now you have your phone ringing again on top of what it's already ringing. Hold up. So Brad is mad because Judy's phone is ringing, and she is the one who's trying to put the stuff together for the baby. They went and bought some baby stuff for a day for her granddaughter. So when they get there, they'll have like a little stroll or whatever. I think what is it called? A seat that the baby's eating in. Basically, it turns into a conversation. It turns into a conversation because Judy basically asks her, hold up. She brings to Brat's attention that she was turning down gigs and turning down stuff. And Brat took it as though Judy was trying to say she was just turning down jobs. But Brat, from what I heard you say, you said, yeah, I was turning down jobs, but I had a reason. So in actuality, you were turning down jobs. Of course, if you turn down a job, anybody who turns down a job, it's always a reason. But that still does not negate the fact you turned down the job. So in actuality, Judy was right. You were turning down jobs and now you're not. And I guess she took it as though, what you trying to say? So Brad, to me, really got on the defense. And it was like, girl, for what? Because what she's saying is the truth. And you just confirmed what she said was true. Yeah, I was turning down jobs, but I had a reason. So you were turning down jobs. Girl. And now that I don't know, girl. It really was like a petty argument that I feel like that Brad kind of made it into this bigger argument than what it should have been. It's raining. Brad tells Judy, you think the conversations are supposed to just you talk, and then the person responds. You could say that, I guess you're trying to say that Judy is long-winded, but that's how conversations are usually supposed to go. We may not really do it that way, but usually I guess lack of a better word, a good conversation would be the person talks, you listen, and then you respond. So yes. I don't know, girl. Lesbians. Shout out to the lesbians. All right, y'all. Bye.